Hey, stop the cap, stop the cap. What's up, guys? It's Stop Capping, and today I'm focusing on a very specific game talk of a game, first person shooter, nothing near a cult classic, but probably a forgotten, decent, barely decent game from the early 2000s, and the remakes were made. For what was it, 2019, and the game is called 13, and 13 is a first person shooter, first of all, and I could clearly say this is like one of those games, one of those last games from, especially from an era where it was like the classic, first person shoot 'em up. And this is like really when games like Halo and other first person shooters where you were able to lose health, and then you could just regenerate, just hide somewhere, regenerate your health, and just go over your resources. In this game, you don't regenerate health. You have to find med packs, you have to find body armor, just like GoldenEye 64. If anything, this game copied off the living hell out of GoldenEye 64, because you'll see the enemies, or would say the ads these days, they'll do like the little roll, recovery roll, and they'll try to like shoot on one of their knees, and it's like, bro, like you're literally giving away your position. Now I'm gonna just shoot you with this weapon. The what do you call it? I'm gonna show you one of the levels today for one of the resolute from one of the bases, and like a boss fight. And I'll go over the options real quick. So the controls are like basically your standard stuff. You have aim down sights. You have your inventory wheel. The funny thing is, it's funny how they do. You have to use the down pad for up and down for either small med kit or large med kit. So I wish it was easier. I wish it was as easy as Apex Legends. Apex Legends is pretty easy in terms of using your items, med kits, and all that stuff. Grenades. And then the cool thing I do like though is the left and right on the D-pad. If you don't want to use the inventory wheel, you just tap on those the D-pad for left and right, and you switch your weapons on the fly. Squares you reload, jump, you crouch. You got the interaction. You got the stealth takedown, which is really bad, by the way. You can either you have to be crouching down. You have to like crouch down with your character. You can't walk up to them really, because if you try walking up behind them, you're just gonna basically give away your position, and they just turn around and start shooting you. Even when you take someone hostage, so you sneak up behind someone to take someone hostage, and you press triangle, you put them in a chokehold, and then one hand you have a pistol. And the worst part is, depending on the pistol you have, you can either have the 9mm or you'll have the strongest weapon, hand cannon, revolver. That pistol as a hand cannon, that'll be your strongest weapon that you use. One thing you can't do is reload. So that's the only thing that's technically, realistically, if I really had someone in a chokehold and I had one weapon in another hand and I ran out of ammo, I can't just reload. I need two hands to reload. I can't hold no one hostage and reload. So even though that was a nitpick, I understood. I gave it a pass, because realistically, there's nothing you could do with that. I know in other games, there's probably other games where you could take someone hostage or whatever and reload, but we're not talking about other games. We're talking about this game. Oh, some of the cool things we do have though is, excuse me, secondary fire with R1. So if I have a revolver and I shoot down with primary, I shoot the revolver just like, you know, Derry Harry would, or like a hand cannon, or like, you know, like GoldenEye 64 when you had like the Magnum. You just shoot the weapon, has a, you know, recoil, is like pa pa, you know, you just feel like Clint Eastwood's Dirty Harry. But if you do the secondary fire with certain weapons, with the revolver, you do fan the hammer, like, so basically like how the old Western cowboys used to, like, you know, tap the back part of the the lock and load area, where you change the weapon on the chamber. So you just tap that, fire, and then you can start shooting like a Western, which is pretty cool. With the Uzis, if you have two Uzis, you press R1. You have two Uzis in each hand. If you pick up enough Uzis, if you pick up enough 9mm bullets with R1, you could have two pistols at the same time. And mind you, the two pistols, they shoot one bullet at a time. But meanwhile, the Uzis, they shoot the DPS. But you know, you both use up the Uzis at the same time. The double Uzis are amazing, but you go through the bullets really quick. And I only suggest you use the Uzi submachine gun weapon as a single weapon, because if you consolidate all the weapons for your submachine gun Uzi and you get into a boss battle, you could burn through all the ammo and just destroy the boss. And then you can switch over to other weapons like a 9mm or your assault rifles or M16 and take out like any henchman that tries to interfere, and then switch back to the Uzi and just burn through the entire all your ammo. Another thing you could do too is if you have a grenade, chuck the grenade at the boss too. But yeah, that's pretty much it. But besides that, I mean, the thing that attracted me to this game, first of all, was the comic book, the comic book art. It's a really good story. Like I said, it's very Tarantino based. You play as Agent 13, who's your main character, and you wake up on the beach with no recollection of who you are, no memory, and you basically have to fight your way out to basically find little clues or remember through many little flashbacks of who you are or who to connect with, and then you basically have to put your trust in the people that basically hired you. But the game feels like you're playing a comic book. It feels like a Borderlands comic book it feels like Borderlands / Frank Miller / Quentin Tarantino. And while all those things combined are awesome, like I say, like the gameplay itself is very old, it's very outdated. Even the hitboxes with certain weapons are really bad. The shotgun is probably the worst weapon with the worst hitbox. Even if you're in front of the enemy and you're blasting away with the shotgun, for whatever reason, it could miss. But if you do hit people with the shotgun, except for the armor up guards, and when I talk about the armor guards have the whole flak vest. They have they also have the helmet. So you could tell because the real armored guards, they're the ones that have like the glasses, like the sheriff shaded glasses. They have the military helmet on, and then they have like a crazy orange looking flak vest. So I only played this game on the normal difficulty. So you only meet up with about, I would say, 3 or 4 of them in the middle game, and then you probably fight a lot of them in So yeah, you can switch difficulties too. You probably see a lot more of them in Super Agent and 13 difficulty. So you can have If you only care about just the story mode, and you just want an easy breezy game, you just do Sleepwalk. If you want the normal experience, you do Field Agent. If you wanted to challenge yourself, if the game was actually good like Borderlands, and it was actual like an action RPG-esque game like Borderlands, where you could level up and upgrade your weapons, all that stuff, I would have done 13 and Agent just for the hell of it. Because that's what a lot of these first-person shooter games are now. You just build up experience with your character and everything like that. And so we're gonna do this level today, and I'll show you how this game is gonna be real quick. But yeah, besides the story and the terrible gameplay, the music is really good. The music is very jazzy. It reminds me of the New York jazz scene. It's a very noir-esque game. So you can see the crossbow is one of the best weapons in the game. As you can see, took him out easily.
Stay posted at the hangar entrance. I'll find out what's going on at HQ.
Took his M16.
Still no news from
And
Colonel
the best part
McCall.
is I could technically
I can't get through to the camp.
destroy everybody
Nothing
here.
works around here.
Maybe it's the camp that's having the problems, Captain.
When I want your opinion, I'll give it to you, Sergeant. Carry on.
Yes, sir.
Too easy.
McCall hasn't radioed for 24 hours. I heard the camp's going to be relocated for security reasons.
Look at that. Beautiful. You could pretty much, like, this level is pretty easy in terms of taking out the enemies. Yeah, there they are. See, you saw that little recovery roll he was trying to do? So trivial. So cool. Oh, there he is. Wow, that didn't get him? There we go. Oh. It's a walk in the park with these guys. Walk in the park. Oh, let's see. Let's see if I can get this guy running. This guy's panicking. He's like, where's my buddies? They're getting massacred. There we go. Oh. I know there's one more. Ooh. I said I did pretty good for myself. You're dead. You're dead too. You're dead too. No, see, I told you that stealth thing did not work. Oh, I can show you that secondary fire. This is assault rifle. This. Oh. Ooh, health pack. Health pack. There we go. Don't mind if I do. So like technically with this crossbow, no crossbow, so take him out, take him out. Take him out. Come on, where's my buddy? And boom. Boom, boom, boom. There's a bazooka. It's a very standard-esque game. But you can see where I'm talking about, like how it reminds me a lot of Borderlands. I love Borderlands. I'm a huge Borderlands fan. I definitely need to play the second, the pre-sequel game. I need to finish that off on the PS3, or probably get the PS4 version. and then finish off. I need to play and beat 3, but yeah, I started with Wilhelm and Borderlands pre-sequel. But if I could play pre-sequel on the PS3, I mean the PS4, I will definitely replay it. Just so because PS3 doesn't have any streaming stuff on it. Where did I get this card again? Did I get it from upstairs? Let's see. Oh. Get another small med kit. Get another small med kit. Gotta go up the stairs. Yeah, but yeah, if you're a first-person shooter junkie, just like I was, probably late teens, early 20s. I'm still a fan of first-person shooters, not like before. I just love a lot of action RPGs and all that stuff. A lot of games, racing games. So you're gonna see like this boss right here is a walk in the park. The helicopter. Now I will only assume with the higher the difficulty, like most games, if the boss does hit you, it'll be of course way more damage. When enemies use RPGs on you, it just takes away all your options. Just like that. Oh. That never happened to me before, where I took damage. It's usually the spots I'm usually at is usually a safe spot. For is basically a spot where it could be cheap. The cool thing is, like, let's just say, like, just for instance, there are trophies in this game. So let's say like there was a trophy like behind here or whatever. You collect trophy. You can also collect files, personal files, in the game, so you can have a background of characters and all that stuff. But yeah, that's pretty much it.
General Carrington tells me you have a
So you can see,
present for me.
like I said, very Borderland looking. This game was made by Ubisoft, and then when the remake happened, there was a studio called
After that, he was free to assassinate
what was it called?
without anyone suspecting him.
Microids. It was later published by Microids for the remake in 2019.
Somehow got back to his wife's house, where he died.
But yeah,
Kim Rowland is the one who came up with the Dead Ringer idea.
so you can tell compared to the 2003 version, the graphics are way better. I know a lot of people that love the 13 game, the original 13 game. They do not like the graphics for whatever reason in the remake compared to the original game. But you got some hardcore fans out there for this particular game.
They're preparing a coup, General. 2 of them are meeting tonight, and I know where.
But yeah, I mean, besides this level was definitely a perfect example of exposing the game. But yeah. And I also uploaded I just finished uploading all the videos, leftover videos today. It just takes a little bit longer for me to upload them from the PS4 PS4 share. But yeah, and also another thing I have to say is something that has a big fat fucking zero is the local multiplayer and online player. Nobody is playing online. I was on, I did it just for shits and giggles, and I did about 5 minutes, and it goes by seconds. So whatever is, it's, what, 60 times 5? Was it 300? 300 seconds plus just waiting. And it's just horrendous. Nobody plays this. No one. I don't even know why they even had this option. They should have just either give you extra like secret missions. Like how back in the day you used to buy a game, and then when you bought a game that was pre-DLC and you defeated the game, you beat the game, and then for whatever reason you unlocked like extra stuff in the game. That was pretty much what it should have been. You just extra missions, or if you beat the game in a certain difficulty, you'll unlock a different challenge, and you can get more weapons. But here in the dossier, this is where you get your collectibles. And in this game, you basically got to go around the room. You literally have to go around the room and pick up anything that looks like a piece of paper that you could pick up. Just try interacting with triangle. I tried my best with every room I went into or secret room I went into, and press triangle and collect all the collectibles. But yeah, I mean, it's like just the interaction with everything is pretty shitty. You do get some cool trophies in this game. Yeah, there you go. Beat the game maximum difficulty. Did that. You could do regular difficulty. I mean, there's no point doing the easy difficulty. I can't believe there's actually a achievement trophy. Die from drowning. Like, who wants to die from drowning? I swear, man. Some of these trophies nowadays, they be funny. So yeah, a lot of the trophies in the game too that they collect, they look like this. And yeah, that's pretty much it. But like I said, out of a 10, this gets, I would say, a 4. It doesn't get a 13. Now, if you're a first-person shooter fanatic, and you love first-person shooters, and you like Borderlands, and certain, a good story-driven game, in that perspective, like I did, I would give the game about a 6, 5.5, between 5.5 and a 6, I would say, because it's one of those things like once you beat a certain action adventure game, it's kind of like you beat them all, but the story itself, as good as the story is, it does have twists. It is a espionage game. It's a very military thriller game. It's military thriller, political thriller, espionage, all that stuff. So, like I said, they copied a lot from GoldenEye 64, in my opinion, but I do love the comic book aspect from it. But if you were just, like I said, if you're just casually playing the game today, and you want to just spend money on a cheap game, I would say just play the download version of this. I do have the physical copy for this game, so I will trade it in the PSN store. So guess what, guys? If you're at a local GameStop and you get a pre-owned version of this game for like about it's usually about under $20. I do get mind blown with certain games though, like how We do have some newer games, some games that are 2 years old. Like for instance, there was a Dragon Ball Kakarot. I saw a Dragon Ball Kakarot for PlayStation 4. You know, one was pre-owned for like barely $30, like under like $25 or whatever, and then there was another one for like the PlayStation 4, brand new, and it still had a $59.99 label on it. And I'm like, wow, this makes no sense, especially with the time gap for Dragon Ball Kakarot. Like there shouldn't be a game of Dragon Ball Kakarot that should be $60 now. Like that game has been out for a while. Same thing for like that One Piece game too, the open world One Piece game. I saw the same thing. It was like I saw a pre-owned game for like $20, $24, and they still have like a $59.99 game. Like don't kill your pockets over this game on the PSN. All right, you're better off just getting it a physical copy of the game and sell it as quickly as possible. You know, just beat it. Like if you really love first-person shooters, I only would say this if you love first-person shooters. If you don't love first-person shooters as much as some people do, and you just casually want to beat the game, I would either have a hard pass on this, or buy it for really cheap, beat it, and just get rid of it, sell it. But yeah, that's all I got, guys. Like, comment, subscribe, and keep on gaming. Peace.